Hello, fabulous superstar Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of December 2025. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month features 24 days of giving. The first 24 days of December, we have prizes every single day. Make sure that you are on my newsletter. You're following me on social media. All those links are below, and enter every day for prizes. This month's full moon takes place on the 4th of the month, and it takes place in the sign just before yours. Part of what makes this full moon distinct is the fact that it is standing across the sky from Venus and Mars. And that brings with it a measure of tension, but it also makes it more likely that this energy will play out in the context of interactions with other people, especially one-on-one encounters. Now, for you, this full moon is in the sign just before yours, and it has a lot to do with what is happening for you on levels of soul, psyche, and spirit. It's about what's stirring within you at this time. But it's also a part of the sky that has to do with fortunate karmic closures, healthy karmic closures, and an understanding of where karmic cleansing is taking place. It is a house of faith, and it has to do with you knowing that you have more to do in this lifetime, even if you don't know exactly what that is just yet. Now, this part of the sky can have to do with the things that you don't know. And when we have energies like these, especially considering Mars and Venus opposite this full moon, well, it does suggest either that awareness is going to come, or your intuition is operating on high, or there are matters here that feel frustrating to you and you can't quite put your finger on why you're feeling the way that you are. Perhaps there are even feelings of deeper truths that have yet to be revealed, but you can feel that they're underneath the surface. You can feel that they are there. Now, regardless, it is important to practice self-care with this energy because it is a part of the sky that has to do with the dream space, getting enough rest, you doing the things that you need to do, especially as a Cancer, and especially because Cancers tend to be more prone to having emotional ups and downs. Well, it's that much more important that you are diligent with yourself. Whatever it is that you do to take the best of care of you, especially emotionally, you just want to ramp up those practices, especially in the days surrounding this full moon. Regardless, your dreams are likely to be spaces where a lot of this energy ends up working out. It might not have anything to do with some external circumstance, but rather it is an energy that you're feeling, this tension, this self-questioning. And a lot of that can calm right down, meaning that energy of tension can calm right down if you make sure to get enough sleep. That can go a really long way at this time. On the 10th of the month, Neptune will go direct, and this is significant for a few reasons. If you think back, 2024, it was in May of 2024 that we had Neptune get to the very last degree of the sign it is in right now. And this is the sign of Pisces, fellow water sign Pisces. But it is the sign that is considered the last sign of the zodiac. So the zodiac is 12 signs, and each sign is divided into 30 degrees. And altogether, that makes 360 degrees all the way around the zodiac. And so the 29th degree of Pisces is considered the very last degree of 360 degrees of the zodiac. It is just before a new beginning takes place at 0 of Aries. And it was last year, from May moving forward 5 months, that chunk of time in the middle of the year, that we had Neptune just get to 29 and just stayed there. It got to 29, stationed, stood still, went retro, slowly went retro. So yeah, 5 months about that we had Neptune at 29 degrees. Well, now here we are. Neptune is stationed direct at 29 degrees. And this is sort of the last hurrah, because next month, Neptune will leave this part of the sky, not to return for about 150 years to come. So it'll be a nice long stay. This really is, when I say last hurrah, this really is the last hurrah, not just in the sign of Pisces, but at the 29th degree, no less. And that is a degree of concentration, of completion. The ancients would say that the matter has been decided. And what that means is it's a degree of a given sign that feels very fated. And that is a larger theme this month that I'll talk about in just a moment as well when we talk about the new moon. But it is Neptune standing still, going direct now, that represents a sense of a groggy awakening, right? Because Neptune is sleep. That's what it metaphorically represents. And when Neptune goes direct, it's like this sense of being woken up, but you're still kind of groggy. You're feeling kind of uncomfortable. You don't feel like yourself just yet. Now, for you, this is taking place in a part of the sky that has to do with long distance travel, immigration, citizenship, higher learning, and legal matters are covered here as well. Your personal, political, philosophical, spiritual beliefs are part of this section of the sky. And when Neptune goes direct, it can be a moment of some acknowledgement of disillusionment or acknowledgement of disappointment, where you're just not sure, or maybe you felt like you wasted a whole lot of energy. Closures can happen now. They might not feel like, windfalls necessarily, but at least the matter feels decided, especially if you've got an ongoing matter related to these areas of life I just mentioned. Feeling misunderstood as a result of your political, religious, or philosophical beliefs might be part of the energy of this time as well. But also your own sense of questioning of these beliefs within you might take place at this time. Now, regardless of what it is, allow yourself that little bit of space to be uncomfortable, to gently wake up to the best of your ability, make it gently, because ultimately this is a moment of truth, sometimes uncomfortable truth, but a truth nonetheless that is going to allow you to move towards that much more positive change. Now, navigating forward, it is going to be on the 16th of the month that we are going to have Mercury leaving shadow. This part of the sky where Mercury leaves shadow has to do with what is taking place for you in your daily life. So this is your clients, customers, coworkers, immediate supervisors, these people that you interact with every day or regularly. It has to do with your understanding of how it is that you use your days well, how you feel useful as you move through your day, your overall sense of activity, and your sense of well-being, especially where it is rooted in how well you take care of you in the small habits and rituals each and every day. And so your health-related habits are covered here as well. And so I'm going to invite you to think back a little bit. It was October, late October, that Mercury went into shadow, began to walk a path that starting November 9, Mercury went retro and started to walk back over. The 29th of November is when Mercury went direct and moved forward. And it is now, this month on the 16th, as Mercury leaves shadow, Mercury will return to where Mercury was on the 9th of November. And this helps to see what was taking place back then differently in some way, but it's also an invitation to sort of wrap up certain loose ends, to understand what happened, especially over the course of the retrograde, to make clearer choices now. This part of the sky and how useful you feel as you move through your life, well, you'll find answers that feel a whole lot more clear, and also answers that help you to understand more deeply how to take the best of care of you, how to increase your sense of well-being. Now, here's something else that's fascinating. A new moon that's taking place just 3 days later in this same part of the sky. It has to do with your daily life, your health, your work life as well. Now, new moons bring with them new beginnings, but here's the thing. Speaking of anaretic degrees, it is a new moon at an anaretic degree of the sign of Sagittarius, which represents your sixth house, is what we're talking about here for the astrology students out there. This new moon is going to be speaking intention with that Neptune. And so, like I said, when we have important celestial activity in the end of a given sign, the ancients would say that the matter has been decided. You add to this a square to Neptune, and it really can feel like there's a new beginning, but it comes hand in hand with some disappointment, perhaps. I'm so sorry to say, but it does happen. There's an ending that transpires along with the beginning, but it seems to be very fated, meaning that the matter has been decided. It is not necessarily for you to direct the will of the universe. We're always co-creating with the universe, certainly, but I think sometimes we don't realize how the universe is working on our own behalf. It's when we're very invested in things going a certain way that we set ourselves up for sometimes disappointment. And sometimes the most disappointing thing can be getting what you thought you wanted. Now, regardless of how this comes together, yeah, there might be feelings of some ups and downs, some emotional ups and downs. There might be feelings of uncertainty, but it's all part of helping you to have a bold and bright new beginning. Venus is close in the sky to this new moon, and the new moon is speaking in supreme harmony with Chiron. So there's a lot of healing energy around at this time as well. What a wonderful supportive energy to have when it is that you have a new moon in a health-oriented part of the sky, or one of the health-oriented parts of the sky. So yes, you got healing vibes coming in. Where it comes to matters of love, on the 15th of the month, Mars will move into your opposite sign. And this is a part of the sky that has to do with partnership of all kinds. And it brings adrenaline, excitement, and sometimes frustration as well. But there certainly is a lot of motivation to spend time with another person, especially one-on-one. If it is that you are open to meeting someone new, well, look, for the next month and a half or so, that's how long this transit is going to last. Well, chances are you'll be feeling more gutsy, more brave, more courageous as you're going out there and connecting with new people. Moments of excitement and adrenaline might be part of the signature of this time as well. I think some Cancerians just might surprise themselves at how bold it is that they are able to be as part of that pursuit of connecting in meaningful ways to another. For those of you just starting to date someone, you know, Mars is very much an energy of truth. It really does show you how things are, what is actually transpiring and going on. And where it is that how things are is a space that is encouraging, and that is exciting. Well, this is where you're that much more motivated to spend time with this person, to connect with them that much more deeply, to move towards partnership. But if it is that you are seeing things in this person that frustrate you deeply, or if this person is showing you that they don't have a lot of patience, maybe they behave in ways that actually are very adrenaline fueled in a way that isn't always okay with you, this is when you admit it. And this is when you start to consider going another way. And for those of you in an established bond, so the overwhelming majority is going to find there's a desire to spend more time with this person that you love, that you're in partnership with, a person that you want to really nurture that alliance with that much more. So there's just motivation to be present with them, to pour energy towards them. Sometimes it's needed or required in some way, but more often it's just what you are wanting because it feels good to you. It feels more passionate. It feels more alive for the two of you together. There is going to be that small percent out there. If you felt for a while that you might not be in the right relationship for you, wow, I got to be honest with you. This is energy that is going to make that feeling come right to the surface. There is a lot of frustration. This is an energy of change, an energy of urgency. And a part of that just might be realizing where it is that you might be ready to use all that motivated energy to motivate yourself to go another way. What I love about this month for you, there's so much here. It's a powerful and meaningful astrological moment. I'm going to say I love the energy of, well, I think so much of this month is about what is written, as they say, right? It really is that. So much is going to feel like it has a will of its own. And so it becomes that much more imperative to go with the flow. If I had to choose one thing, though, out of the things we discussed, I would say, in addition to Mars, let me put this out there. On the 24th of the month, we are going to have Venus enter your opposite sign as well. And that is an energy of sweetness and light and blessing. So both love-oriented major planets are going to be in your opposite sign. And to me, this suggests, whether in business, whether romantically, whether personally, it is those one-on-one connections in your life that facilitate real excitement and blessings as well. Well, thank you so much for watching. Once again, 24 Days of Giving is underway as soon as this month begins. Make sure you're on my newsletter, you're following me on social media and more. You get that many more entries. And of course, if you are one of the members over in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com or thefutureismagical.com, not only do you get bonus entries when you enter the draw every day, but you also get expanded exclusive video scopes for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with choose your membership rate. Higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Links are in the description below. Thank you so much again for watching, and have a wonderful end of the year. Have a wonderful 24 days of giving and so much more. I'm really excited about those 24 days because we're going to feature, of course, prizes, but then also every single day we're going to highlight one or two different charities. Many of them I support. We support together through this work, and others that other people who are participating in the giveaway, astrologers, people you see it on my channel, and so much more. Well, they also are going to be sharing some of their favorite charities as well. So be on the lookout for all of that. Thank you so much once again, and it'll be a great month. Enjoy.